action.
Hey everyone, welcome to the USA Crypto Group. Today we have Zelda Inu with us today for this amazing AMA session. Zelda Inu is a charity token and its core mission is to rescue dogs all over the world. Like always, this AMA session is for research purposes only, not financial advice, and there's no commitment to the team. With that, I'd like to welcome Vince and the rest of the team from Zelda Inu. Vince, if you could start out introducing yourself and your background.
Yes, how's it going, guys? My name is Vincent Lombardi, and I'm here from Sarasota, Florida. And pretty much my background, I would say, I've been in marketing the last 7-8 years of my life. I own a large marketing agency here. We manage about roughly around 50 to 100 companies. Mostly on the more technical SEO, website coding, whatnot, and Google rankings. And yeah, it's pretty much my background. And, about 9-10 months ago, I lost one of my dogs, and it kind of gave us the inspiration to start this project. So, a longtime crypto investor. I love to day trade. And, also I've been, just a holder for a long, long time. And, kind of certain things in my life kind of brought this project, to come to the idea in my head. So I put together a few of my close friends, and we launched this thing, and it's been awesome ever since we started. And just super excited for the long term of where we're going to go with it.
Awesome, Vince. Thanks for that introductions. Do you have team members with you that they'd like to introduce themselves as well, or you want to do that?
I'm not sure if Rob is here. I know Jasper and John. I know they are not here. Rob, are you here?
Yeah. If not, I do see you. You have a few people on your team. If you go ahead and speak on it, your team and their role and what they do.
Yeah, definitely. Let me. So the few people we have on our team, and I'll kind of pull this up to kind of go through. So Jasper's one of my closest friends. I've grown up with my entire life. He's a business strategic development guy. He's worked with a lot of Fortune 500 companies, and he's all around just a great business development guy of where we're taking the project, but also the financial advising as well. He's kind of in the background a lot, so he's not someone you're going to see very active in Telegram and certain things, because he is vice president of about 150 to 200 person software development company in Miami called Really Big Things. So he's his job is massive. So really, when it comes to his involvement, he deals, pretty much strictly with me. And he's just been a crypto Web3 enthusiast his whole life as well. And, obviously a dog lover. All of us, have amazing dogs, and, just that passion and, the stuff that, I went through in the last year, we all were like, let's do this. Let's make this happen. So yeah, he's awesome. Very Big Things. You guys can check it out. Very large software development. I mean, the amount of stuff they do, all around the world is just crazy. So, I'm privileged to have him on the team, and he's a lot of help. And then we got John. John's kind of on the tech guru side for us. He helps with a lot of technical stuff, if it's, computer things, and just a lot of marketing as well. He's helped us with. So he's just kind of an all-around good team member, close friend of mine. He owns an imaging company here in Sarasota. So basically they do x-rays and things like that. But also a big crypto enthusiast. And he's, just loves what we're doing. And then you got Rob. Rob has been literally like my side-by-side partner through this whole thing. I mean, when we launched, me and Rob were sitting at the desk for the first 3 months for like 20 hours a day until we had to kind of dumb it down a little bit because we were burning ourselves out. So, we still work about 10 hours plus a day. But yeah, Rob, just on the marketing side, the connection side, he worked for Lamborghini for like 10 years. So just the um, investor side of people that wanted to get in, he's just very well connected. So it's kind of been like the perfect, just the perfect guys that we put in this. And those are the main core. And then when we go into, our partners or other people that have helped out, it's just, we've had a lot of amazing people, that, helped us and that are still helping us and with the project.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's great to see that you still have the core team still with you after 8 months or so. In the crypto space, 8 months is a long time. And within those 8 months, the time frame, a lot of projects out there do not have the same core team for whatever reason. So that's great to see that you have the same people with you since day one.
Yeah, awesome. And in all these guys, just to end something, all these guys are, we're all we're pretty financial off. So we all have careers before crypto where we didn't come into this like, we need money, this and that. I can tell you 100% from the bottom of my heart that nobody on my team has sold any tokens. And, some people call us stupid. And I think us going up to a 60 million market cap and then coming back down to 5, maybe we should have took some profits because we are probably around $1.5 million invested in the whole project when we start breaking it down to all the exchanges and everything that we've put money into. But, it's that belief that we have on this project. And, you can't. The reason we came down and we still found a floor at, a 40x or around there is because people were diamond handed. And, my vision was not to start this thing, have a 3-year lock liquidity and give up after a month. My vision is, when 3 years comes, we extend that lock and we continue to go and go. So that's the vision for us. If you're in our Telegram at all and you meet us, you kind of start to realize how generous our team is and how much we continue to put in, to help the project, even if it's buybacks or whatnot. So, the long term for this project is what's going to be, that's what's on my mind, not the short term at all.
Right. And looking at your team, you guys have an extensive business background in the real world. Like you said, you guys are not, going through financial hardship like a lot of these developers, whatever you want to call them, right? And these are their main intentions just to come in and launch a project, make 5,000, 10,000, and leave the holders with the back, right? So I do not sense that with you guys. So I love projects like that. Now, before we go on, what inspired you, Vince, to how did this idea come about?
Well, this idea came about because one of my dogs had a very rare condition where their body stops producing certain cells. And then these cells are not, given the body oxygen and whatnot. It's called IMHA. So she got this. It was like I want to say it was right in September, right around there. And so we took her to, a doctor here and whatnot. And it was just it was a bad facility. It was, they needed better staff. And this was such a serious thing for the dog that we didn't really have time to go around and try this and try that. But, information we got was all wrong and everything. And, long story short, we had to let her go. And she was a young dog. And, it was pretty hard for, an animal lover, and it's just a hard thing. So after that, a lot of my days are marketing on the computer, and then I have an extra screen here, an extra screen here. So I have I'm trading all the time as well. And I was invested in some other projects and in some other telegrams, and this one kid that I met kept saying telling me like, dude, you have this background, like, just do a project, you'll be able to do it. And he kind of literally put that seed in my head. And then, just the idea to start this and actually help animals. That was the first kind of mindset of doing this. And now it's just kind of, it's kind of exploded to where, I have people sending me videos in Italy and whatnot of them going and doing donations and doing the same thing we're doing. And like, that's what I love about it, is that like, if other people can see us succeeding and doing this, and then they all start doing them, I mean, how much that impacts is just, it's an awesome thing. And, we're in this world for a very short period of time. And I think, the way you treat people and the way you help people, that's, it's very important. So I wanted to, like I said, we're not crypto developers. We're not these guys who start these projects and just, steal from them. Like a lot of them do. So I wanted to bring a project to the space that was as transparent as possible. I mean, I beg everybody to ask any possible question they can, because there's no questions that, me or any of my team are afraid to answer, because, there's just, everything is as clear as it can be with this project.
Hello, everyone. I just want to chime in and say hi. Sorry, a couple minutes late.
Oh, hey, Rob. Welcome.
You guys see me? You guys can see me and hear me?
We can see you. Welcome.
Okay, cool.
Vince was talking smack about you, so I'm glad that you're here to defend yourself. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
Very visible, Rob.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I love the story, Vince. It looks like the project was inspired by, the idea was inspired by your personal story. Sorry about your dog, by the way. Yeah, beautiful story, brother. Okay, so before I'll let you lead the way, I want to get all the basic stuff out because the project is live. So I have a few questions to kind of ask you really quick. So when did the project launch, and at what market cap, the initial market cap, was it launched at?
We launched January 2nd, and the initial market cap was 100. Our initial market cap was, I believe, I want to say 250K. We started with 100. We started with 150. We started with 150. I think somebody's mic is. There you go. We started with 150K in the liquidity as well.
Oh, okay. So you started at around 250K initial market cap. Currently, it's sitting at, what is the market cap currently? Like 7 million?
Let's see. Yeah, I believe right around there. I'll pull up the CMC real quick.
Yeah, so that's quite a bit of gains there that you guys have had.
It
went up to 65 million, didn't you?
Yeah, we were at about 65 million. So yeah, we're at 7 million right now. I think we went to around like 3 when we found our floor, and and now we're, in the last 20 days we've doubled. Our volume continues to grow and grow. So yeah, I mean, we're making the top 10 BSC meme project volumes for BSC daily, like almost every day we're on there. So the exposure's getting bigger, and there was definitely some massive gains. And for me to, if I could touch on that real quick, we were a team coming into the game. We hadn't had our Certik done yet. No people really knew us. People made insane money, and I'm happy for them. But, in long term, where we're going, those gains will be nothing. So, that's just how we look at it, and why we continue to work every day on this project and stay, as devoted as we are.
I mean, you guys launched at 250, right now sitting at 7 million. When the first time I heard of you guys, through 50X, and yeah, your chart's been going up. I think it's like 1 point something million since then, which is amazing to see. We're still in the down market at the moment, so keep that in mind. So the highest you guys had, the chart went up to a 65 million market cap, which is amazing, which is really amazing actually.
Yeah, I think right around like 12, 13 cents, right around there. So like a 13X from here.
Yeah, and I just want to remind everyone that looks like the team has not sold a token, according to Vince. So, man, the level of commitment that you guys have to the project, brother, I mean, props to you guys, Great cost project. You guys are really, really here for the long term. So I love that.
Yeah, and one thing to touch on, like if you look under the holders, there's about 5-6 million token wallets, and those are my personal wallets. I've told our community, I've told that I have nothing to hide. So, and those wallets have never been touched. And also we have a wallet that has 30 million tokens. And just if nobody knew, we do have only a supply of 600 million. Just to go over that real quick. So we also have a wallet that has 30 million tokens, and that is only for donations to shelters and rescues. And we have not sold one token out of that wallet as well. So
yeah, what you're doing is that you guys, looking at your website, you guys had made some donations to these charities, but you're telling me that no money had been taken from the marketing wallet or the charity wallet. Is that correct?
That's correct. Every donation that we did was cash taken right out of my checking account, and we gave it directly to these. You can see in the videos, we gave it directly to all the shelters in cash. I've personally, I've really never even I've never even really withdrawn crypto to my bank. I have a lot of crypto and I just hold it, but I've never really actually sent large amounts of crypto to my bank. So. Yeah, all these donations were done with cash, strictly from my checking account.
That is amazing, brother. I mean, if anything, kind of digest what kind of Vince said there. I mean, he started a project. I don't think the intention is to really, benefit him, right? Looks like, this is really, he really stands behind the project, the idea, and really going after helping rescue dogs. Even on the donation side of it, it's been his own pocket money, so which is crazy. You don't hear that a lot in the PSC space. So props to you, brother. Amazing story.
Appreciate it.
All right, Vince. I think that's pretty much out of the way. Or you want to go ahead and talk about the tokenomics really quick? Then we'll get into the the utilities and other things.
Yeah. So let me come down a little bit. So yeah, pretty much out of the 600 million, we sent 60% of it away to be locked. And just pull this up for you guys real quick. You'll see you got 90% there. A little was left, so we locked the rest. So there you go. You're gonna have everything that's locked right there. You got another 881 days. So just wanted to go over that with you real quick. And you guys can pull that up yourself if you go right to team.finance. Other than that, we had a 15% burn. So right now we have officially burned about, I want to say out of the 600 million, we have burned about 98 million so far. So we've burned a lot of tokens, And then, to touch on the burn side, about a week ago, we just activated our auto burn. So 1% of every transaction is now burned. And in the last week, we've burned an extra about 100,000 or more. So when you start thinking about 600 million tokens, in the last week, we've burned 100,000 with our auto burn on. That supply is going to go down. That supply is going to go down pretty quick, and it's going to make that liquidity. You just make the project that much safer as those tokens are taken out of circulation. So that's a huge thing to note on, because everybody likes a project that is safe. And by us doing that, it just, it gets rid of more tokens that could possibly be sold. So every time a buy and a sell happens, that's getting burnt. Our marketing wallet, we had started, I think, about 24 million or 30 million, right around there. It's sitting at about 15 million. So we did use some marketing for partnerships and whatnot. We really kind of slowed down giving the tokens out, and try to stick with more stable now. So that's, as you get into crypto more and more and you make these partnerships and people tell you things and, I'm not going to sell forever. And next thing you know, you're seeing them selling. And so you start to be a lot more careful about who you give things out to. And that's one thing we've done. But, for the most part, a lot of our partners have had just absolute diamond hands. And, some of you guys are in here, you know who you are. So I thank you there. So another 5%, that's going to be basically going to the dog rescues. And, that wallet as well. You guys can find the wallets right here. We have a dev wallet watcher, so you can check out the wallets. And then that wallet has not been touched. There's 30 million, I believe, in there. And then you have the team wallet that has 4%, and that was locked for like the first, I believe, 3 months or 4 months. So after that, we were able to get those tokens ourselves. When we had our run up in the beginning, when it shot up super high, essentially this, a large amount of the team tokens were locked. We didn't care to sell anyway. And obviously as our first project, we didn't expect to do a 300 plus X. So that was kind of, a bit crazy as well. Those are the tokenomics. That goes over that pretty well for you.
Awesome. So just to touch on the burn, looks like you guys have burned quite a bit of tokens. So not only is going to add to the LP, but also it literally take away from the circulating supplies or the total supply eventually. So what it does is that ultimately it increases the value of the token because you're literally removing the amount of tokens out there.
Exactly.
So great. And I love that you guys have all the contracts on the website. So anyone's able to click on it and kind of see the activities that are on there. Very transparent, and I love that.
Yeah, and if anybody ever has any questions or whatnot about anything regarding contracts, holders, codes, you can feel free to just shoot me a message in our Telegram. If I don't answer you, shoot me another message. I get a couple hundred a day. So, but I do answer. I do try to answer everybody.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the tax on the tokenomic, like the buys and sell. What are those?
So when we launched, our tax was 8%. When we went into the bear market, we did raise our tax up a little bit. And then about a month ago, I'd say right around a month ago, we ended up dropping them to the lowest we've had. So we started off at 8%. Now the taxes sit at 5% and 5%. We want to attract larger investors, and I would eventually like to have them. I would eventually like to lower them down to nothing, to be quite honest. Because if you see any premium large projects, that's typically where their taxes are.
Mike, Vince. So the 5% in, 5% out. That sounds really good. Can you talk about the breakdown on those? Like what percent of those 5% are going to?
Yeah, so 2% is going to go back to holders in BUSD. So basically, we're sending stablecoin back. Then we have 2% that is going to the liquidity pool. So we have 2% that'll just continue to add to our pool, and then 1% is going to be that auto burn. Right now we're burning about I think we're burning around a couple $100 a day, which that's a pretty good amount with the volume not even being so crazy right now. So I can only imagine after the volume starts to really kick up, at some point we might have to turn the auto burn off, because we have such a small supply. But we'll, any questions or any decisions that we make, we're always going to ask the community and kind of, see what they think. So every decision that we make is going to have the best interest of all of our holders. That's the most important thing for us.
Awesome. So you get 2% of the 5% in and out BSUD, and that's being done automatically, right, Vince? There's no staking involved, nothing like that, right?
Yeah, nothing. You just add the BUSD contract right here, the reward contract, and the tokens will you'll see them pop up in your wallet.
And 2% is to LP?
Yeah, 2% of the liquidity, and then 1% of the auto burn. Now, if it is an exchange, some of the exchanges pay in tokens, So some of the exchanges aren't going to give you the BUSD because not all of them, not all exchanges have BUSD. So every exchange, it's a little different, but you are getting rewards on all the exchanges as well.
About that, I see Bitmart on there as well. Is that something that you guys still on there on Bitmart?
Yeah, we're still everywhere. Yeah. Yep. Some of
Sounds
them.
Great. So now that Vince, now that the tokenomics or the basic stuff out of the way, I'll let you go ahead and lead what you want to present us with. Okay.
Yeah. So I just got a few things, and I kind of just wanted to, let everybody know exactly, where our project is going at the moment. So everyone knows, we are Certik Audit, we are Certik KYC, we are Solidity Audit as well. I can pull up right here. So I believe on Certik right now, there's around, I want to say like around 2,000 or 3,000 projects, give or take. We're ranked, 364th. So we have a very, about the best ranking. Very good ranking. So if I pull up here on the Certik KYC, you're basically going to see that, key team members have been verified with ID. Investigation of the project and team were conducted. Project leaders interviewed by background investigators. So we had to go through pretty extensive stuff. And, Certik as well, they absolutely love our project. And Sam and the guys over there, they've been awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if they are invested in the project. So everything as far as, security score, marketing community, it's all really good. You're never going to get the best security score when your contract's not renounced. But the thing is when you have taxes, you can't renounce your contract because say we want to list with, Gate.io next week, and they say, okay, well, you're going to need to basically whitelist all of our hot wallets. And if our contract's renounced, we can't whitelist those wallets, and Gate.io is they're not going to pay 5% in and out, when they're just moving tokens back and forth for their people. So that's something that you have to, think of. And that's also a reason why we went so far with the audits and with the KYCs and just different badges, the Skynet that we have, that is a 24-hour security that they have on our contract that they pretty much watch everything. If anything crazy happens, they'll contact us directly. So that's just something that's amazing. So yeah, on the auditing side and everything, I think we made it as safe as we possibly could. To come down, I urge everybody to go on our website, kind of check out, the donations that we've done so far. The videos are awesome. They might make you cry, but they are awesome. And then, this little section, why to invest in Zelda Inu. Zelda Inu is just it's not an average token. And the way we're doing things and the transparency, I personally have never seen another project. And I invest in a lot of projects. These days I mostly stay in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. But it is very hard to find transparency and just, opening of what's going on with wallets, where are certain things, where are the locks at? A lot of projects don't want to answer those questions, and it is a lot of them these days. So, we just wanted to create zero questions at all, and put everything out there to where, people really see, who we are. So I'll come back down to, we went over the, 60% in liquidity, 2% pool growth. We buybacks and burns to holders with the BUSD, our audits, marketing plan. Obviously I own the marketing agency, so we really, we go nonstop. Obviously we love Twitter because it's an amazing place, but Facebook also allows us to run ads worldwide. So that's something awesome because we actually are a charity, and it is hard for crypto projects to have ads running on Facebook. So if we look at our roadmap, pretty much, we've pretty much knocked out everything except, Telegram members on everything. So, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, the audits, paid ads. Our first donation on phase 2 was, $10,000 donation. And that's in our video. You can see it as well. We did some new website edits, and we're actually working to do more upgrades now to the website. We do have KuCoin and Gate.io on there. I do speak with Gate.io, I would say weekly, and they are open to listing us. It's just right now where the market is and the price that they want, it's just not reasonable. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you have to really be smart where you're putting your money, because once you get into crypto, you kind of see how fast money goes and how expensive, everything is. So basically, we haven't hit our 10,000 holders, but I think we're right around 7,000. We got $15,000 dog rescue. We did that, and we've been off to the moon. So that one we don't really need to take a look at. We went over the team down here on the site.
Vince,
yep.
Hey Vince, how many donations have you guys done, and what is the total of donation amount in USD?
So the amount of donations we've done so far is 5. And now I just closed, last night I closed with Malou as well. So the partnership with her is going to be anywhere from, I told her that partnership will be anywhere from 10,000 to 25,000. So that's one partnership we just closed last night, and that's going to help her rescues so much. And, they are incredible what they're doing. So I would say up to this point, we're probably right around 70,000, and it's been, been seven months. So, it's pretty strong. And then we've also done some things, we've brought food to shelters and done other things, but as far as, the set donations we've done, right around there.
That's amazing, man. So 70,000 to date, and you guys have not sold a token within that donation wallet, which is crazy. I'm not sure how you guys do it. And I'm very glad that you guys able to close the deal, or you're able to close the deal with Malou over in the Philippines. Great charity, yep. Brother. They're massive. If you guys checked out, I'm pretty sure you guys will make the announcement very soon here, but just at social media alone, Instagram, they have over 100,000 followers, the biggest in the Philippines so far. Very happy to hear that you are helping them out. That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I can't thank you enough for hooking us up with them. And I think it would be really awesome, maybe the team to take a trip over there in the future. The amount of dogs she is helping is just insane. I mean, like 300-400 dogs. I watched the videos and I was like, man, we've helped some shelters here that have like 50 dogs, and that's crazy. And then looking at what she's doing, I was like, we need to help. Like, we need to partner and help them, because they are just doing the work they're doing is incredible, absolutely incredible. So, yeah, I mean,
amazing. Go ahead. But I was saying, that's amazing because in talking to you guys, just kind of scope down your project and your team, the people behind your project, and I was like, man, this is like a perfect connection for you guys and them, and I was happy that I was able to introduce you guys to them, and I think they definitely can use your help as well. But yeah, man, I mean, that'd be amazing if you guys somehow travel to the Philippines and, and connect with them over there and kind of be part of the actions, that'd be amazing to see, brother. Have you guys thought of building your own like shelter? Is that something that you guys thought of? Probably not. Huh? Just too much work, huh?
No, I actually have thought of that, and if we get to the point where we were able to get this project so high to be able to fund a shelter, that's something I definitely would do. But at the point right now, we're working as hard as we can to just build everything. Our foundation that we've set on this project is just so solid. I think it's just inevitable that this thing takes off and just goes crazy. We're going to continue. We're going to continue to push forward, and I think it's going to happen 100%. because we continue to make more partnerships, and we're making smart partnerships and long-term partnerships, just to show everybody, this is Wall Street bets right here. And our AMA is pinned at the top of the page. They have, 500,000 members right there. So, Chris, the founder, I don't know if he's in here, but thank you very much, brother. Much, much appreciate it. And, it's just the things that we have coming for this project are incredible.
Now, when you say partnership, Vince, with Chris, the founder of Wall Street Bets, what is the level of involvement with you guys and him? Can you elaborate on that?
So, I mean, it's a long-term partnership that, he's not sitting there like, shilling our project every day, but he lets it be known that we're partners, and he does recommend people to our project. And Chris doesn't work with a ton of crypto projects. So, when we first started doing stuff together, he was in New York, and then he moved down here to Florida. And, me and him have even talked in the last week or two about him possibly having a stronger role involved with us, either maybe an ambassador or kind of being, maybe a person on our team that can kind of represent the Miami area. So those are some things that are also kind of, I'm going to have a talk with him, but he's an amazing person. I mean, he works with Ken Shamrock, Dr. Dre, massive people. And, to have him just, helping us out to where, in a group like that, we can be in front of 500,000 people, just like nothing is, it's something special. And he's been a great partner, and, diamond handed to the max. So, yeah, I'm excited for the future.
And even if you guys, like you said, you guys have strategic partnership, right? Even with shelters like Malu over in the Philippines, 100,000 followers on Instagram, right? That's going to bring a lot of awareness to the project. One good thing about a project like this is that it's not limited to just a location like the United States or just one country, right? You can pretty much raise awareness all over the world. When it comes to rescuing dogs and animals in general, they need help everywhere over the world. But I kind of like what you said before regarding Facebook. Facebook kind of allows you to do that. And so let's say if I'm actually very well versed with Facebook. So let's say if you put an ad over in the Philippines, that costs you not even 1 cent for a click over there, right? Yeah. Because the U.S. dollar goes so far in certain part of the world. So yeah, I mean, the power of Facebook, with the project, with the idea that you guys have, you guys can reach the whole world with very little money, depending on what country you want to target.
Yeah, and the cool thing about moving to these other countries that that the dollar is can do so much more for them is that the money we provide to them and the how much can happen with it. When we donate $10,000 to somebody here in Florida, that may build them like a fence or whatnot. But 10,000 to somebody in a country in the Philippines or in Brazil or maybe in South America, 10,000 can build them an entire a whole shelter. So I think that's we just want to continue to expand and expand and expand to where yes, we're a cryptocurrency, but it's gotten so much bigger, and the amount of people we're helping is just massive. And to be to have posts on, so if I pull this up for you, to have tweets like this, most secured projects, and we're here with Baby Doge and large projects, and then we have most traded, and we're here with Baby Doge, Floki, all these, we're not the biggest out of all these, but we're we're a project that is doing so much good. And the fact that we're ranking with these other massive projects is just, it's just the beginning for us.
100%. And I can see the level of commitment. I think that's the most important thing when you guys look at these type of projects is that whether the team is actually committed to the project, and I can sense that you guys are very committed to the project. So, I props to you guys for doing this great mission. Regarding exchanges, Vince, how many exchanges are you guys on right now?
Let me take a look. I think it's like 6 or 7. Let me see. What do we got here? Let me refresh this. Yeah, and everything we run, as you can see, is extremely secure. My cousin is a high level cybersecurity person, so everything from websites to contracts. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Pancake, so 7. Yeah, 7.
Very nice. So yeah, the project, guys. You guys are moving quite fast. It's a very developed project as well.
Yeah.
Certik in place. You got LBanks, you got Bitmart. So these are the things that these projects dream of doing, and you guys have accomplished these already, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And a lot of them, like June from Gate.io, she listed Baby Doge and a lot of huge projects. She's a huge dog lover, and we have a good relationship with Gate.io. It's just we're continuing to. You got to be smart when you spend money, and even if you have it, you still have to be smart. So we do think that we'll be listed on Gate.io within the next 6 months to a year. We definitely think. MEXC, Linda from there, I talked to her. We chat like once a week or so. So there are a lot more, but once you get on these exchanges, you also understand that just getting listed on exchange is not going to make, you might have some hype for a couple weeks. And at the end of the day, you have to be a realist about what these things do for you. We've listed on some good exchanges, and we have to put our money in the best areas that we can. And right now where the market is, we're at this, the market seems like it is reversing, but I still want to be convinced a little more. Because you don't want to make a huge investment right here, and then maybe the market starts coming down for another month again. So I'm weighing all these options and being very calculated with them.
Yeah, no, I think for the project to sustain, you have to be very, calculated and strategic on how you spend the money, right? Yep. It has to make sense. It has to make sense because. You cannot just go ahead and spend whatever, in the marketing wallet or the donation wallet right off bat. That will kill the project right away. So yeah, you guys are very mindful of that. So I like that a lot. And because that goes back to your guys' real business background. So that's why you guys run things the way you guys run things. So that's good to see, because you don't see that a lot in the space, actually. I've talked to a lot of developers, and I can sense that there's no really a business background on strategic ways of running projects. So it's good to see the project like this. Awesome. You got Bitmart. I see LBanks on the list as well. That is, that's quite a compliment.
And we have staking at LBank at 25% APY. So we have given out a lot of tokens to stakers. 25% APY is huge. So a lot of our holders keep their money at LBank, and they love it because they are getting Zelda and more Zelda every day. So when we can give our tokens back to our loyal holders, that's something we love doing. We had a small AMA Monday in our Telegram, and I think I gave away $6,000 or $8,000 worth of tokens just to our holders. So that's the generosity that we do for our people, and that's just one day. If you go back in the last weeks or months, I've probably given away. Maybe, who knows, maybe 0.5% of tokens. A large amount. And that's something we do. All of our team members, Rob does giveaways and competitions, and he'll give away tokens. So we like to have fun, and we also like to hook everyone up.
Awesome. You guys are very generous. So yeah, if you guys are listening, make sure you guys join the Telegram. We will drop the Telegram link later into the everyone can go there and join and be part of the community. Yeah, Vince, so what is the future plans? What is the next move?
So the next move, our move every day is just to continue. We wake up, we move forward, we continue to do the things we do to, make our name more known. We do have an NFT drop that is coming. It's going to be very, very small, the first drop, and it's only going to be 100 NFTs. But these NFTs will have full pet insurance for one dog. They'll also have airdrops. They'll also have lottery pools, and then they'll also have, pet food perks. So you can get different things. So even if you don't have an animal, we're going to take care of you. But the utilities on these NFTs are going to be massive because it is a huge problem in the world with people having, medical issues with their dogs and not being able to cover. So if somebody can spend some money on our NFT and know that if they have an issue, they're going to have that covered. I think that's just something that's massive. And I think it's something that can really, really blow up and be just super, super big. Nobody's ever done anything like it. And people that I've spoke with about it, and in Wall Street Bets, he's big with NFTs and he thinks it's just going to be massive. We're only doing 100 for the first drop. So the exclusivity is going to be, I think having any one of those in the long run for where we're going is going to be massive. So maybe the first run we do 100 drop. The second, maybe we bump it up to like 5,000 and we kind of go, as we see how things work out, we'll continue to move forward. But we know with 100 and how loyal our followers, our holders are right now, it's going to be pretty crazy. And I actually have our first base character. It doesn't have any traits on it, but I'll let you guys see it for a second. So that's pretty much our first base character. And, the detail of the 3D that our artist is doing is just pretty insane. So, they're going to have all different types of traits on them, and it's going to be something, it's going to be awesome. So we do have that coming. I can say that we have been conversating back and forth with Baby Doge for the last, I'd say, probably 2 weeks now, on collaborating with doing a donation together. And it is something they want to do. They also want to list us on their swap. So they have, they have a DEX basically where you can, swap on their site, and they want to list us on their swap as well. We are in the middle of, negotiating with them as well. Everything in crypto, like I said, is expensive. We're looking at so many different, when you're talking of launching the NFTs, talking with exchanges, talking with other massive projects, these things have to be calculated and what you're going to do. Because if you mess up, it's, there's really not a lot of room for error when you're spending, 6 figures on certain things. So we're also, we're in those conversations now. And if that does happen, part of the agreement is then them tweeting out, us doing things together and us being on their swap. And I think people could only imagine if they tweet that out, what will happen to our project.
Yeah, that is massive. So for those that are not familiar with Doge, not Dogecoin. What is the name? Baby Doge. So Baby Doge is also a charity token. It went up over $1 billion market cap. Right now, I believe the last time I looked at around 325,000 or 325 million market cap. It's a huge project. I'm actually very familiar with the project as well. Kind of like I said to you, Vince, I can confidently say that I was actually responsible for their first partnership with a charity over here in Seattle. Massive, great charity as well. Yeah, so so the market cap right now, guys, to put that in perspective for you guys, Baby Doge is 325 million, and currently right now Zelda Inu it's only at 7 million. So there's a lot of potential for growth here.
Yeah, it's crazy thinking if that does happen. I think I mean, we're really pushing to make that happen. But we're trying to get the amount to where, you know, both parties are happy. But I do feel in my heart that it will happen, because they, you know, if they weren't interested, they wouldn't have been talking to us from the beginning. So, yeah, it's I'm excited about it. I'm very excited about it. You know, and right here at the top, you can see, you know, Baby Doge and Zelda, and I'm not going to go into the messages, but they're pinned at the top of my Telegram because they are definitely important. So, yeah, but where we're going, those are the things that are going on right now. About 2 weeks ago, we had Binance, you know, they listed our price. I don't know why they listed our price, but they did, and it's pretty awesome. That's why I had that up from the beginning. And I think that has brought a ton of more eyes on us, and that's awesome. And you kind of, because it's cool, I was going to go to this, and actually, right before we started the AMA, I got a message on Twitter, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Crypto Gem. The Crypto Gem, he has about 880K followers. And something cool is, I'll pop this up. He just messaged me 2 hours ago that CZ followed me. So, you know, the creator of Binance just followed him. And me and him were, you know, we were doing work together last week. So I'm going to shoot him a message back in a little bit, because once CZ follows you, then you can actually, you know, talk to him. But if not, you can't say anything. So who knows, man? Who knows? A lot of possibilities are coming, you know, for our project. And I think with so many good things happening, this thing is just, it's setting up to explode.
100%. You know, you never know what that, you know, those connections can lead to. Yeah, you know, if anything, man, I love your team. You seems like a great guy, Vince. To me, I think the most important thing in the project is the team behind it. And, you know, I sense great things behind you guys. So it's good to see. With that said, Vince, do you have any other things you want to speak on before we go into the questions?
Yeah, and I'll show you guys a couple other things which not a lot of people know at all. Seattle does not know, but we actually, it's in like our final stages of tweaking, but we do have a app and a game that you can download right now on Android or Apple. There's a couple small little glitches, but you can sign up. You can, you know, you can fill out a little membership. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and we're actually going to start giving tokens to the top scores on this. We've just been tweaking. We've just been fixing a few things. You'll see when you play it, it works fine. But it's kind of just like a little run game. You have, you know, me, Rob, you have some dogs as the characters. So it's, yeah, it's pretty cool. We just decided to do something as well for our holders so they can have fun. And, you know, a lot of people have been playing it. So, yeah, we're just trying to continue to do things so everybody can have fun, have a token that's helping people, and just, you know, there's not too many projects out there where you can go into the Telegram and like, bam, you're sitting there talking with the devs. Like, you'll see there's a lot of people in here who, you know, I have a lot of messages every day, and I try to take my time to answer them and help people out. So, yeah, I mean, what our team is doing for our community and the consistency that we've offered our community, you know, it's not going to stop at month 7. And for me, this is, you know, as long as cryptocurrency is alive, this project's going to be alive forever. So I think, you know, it's just the future that we have and that our team truly believes in. You don't find that you don't find that out there a lot at all.
Yeah, I think engagement is crucial in any type of projects, right? We like to stay engaged with the investors that come into the room as well. Who's been winning the race, you or Rob?
I mean, I play it a little bit. I don't play it too much, but I'm definitely not a high scorer on there. Some people got really high scores, and I'm like, how did you get this? How did your score get this high? I play it a little bit, but
I hear you.
yeah.
Sometimes we popped. Whatever. Mike, he likes to have the game competition in the room, and yeah, man, I suck at game. But I'll tell you what. There's a game. I'm not sure if you guys remember, Street Fighter. I'll tell you what, man, nobody can beat me at that game. I love Street Fighter. It's back like Super Nintendo though, so it's been a long time since I played game.
Oh man, I used to love Street Fighter as well.
Perfect. So with that said, Mike is going to come on the voice, and he's going to read off some of the questions for us.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Amazing AMA. Vince,
Appreciate
Rob,
it.
good seeing you guys. Appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Very well articulated. Absolutely. Before I get into the text questions, I'd like to ask the community, if you have any questions you'd like to ask on voice, please feel free to unmute yourself. Go ahead. All right, Shy Group. So we actually have quite a bit of text questions. First one's coming straight up from BayX. His question is, in such a competitive environment, how do you plan to scale and develop Zelda Inu to reach greater heights, and how do you differentiate yourself from your competitors in terms of technology and customer support?
So as far as customer support, I would say what our team does for our community and how how involved we are. You don't get that with many projects. I'm personally in Telegram probably 10 hours a day, and our team is just so involved with every single thing we do, from the donations to all of that. So that's where you're going to get on the customer service side. If I get a message from anybody on Telegram, I pretty much answer. I mean, I get messages on my personal Facebook because I allow people to even friend me there. So when people need help, we help them, and we make sure all that stuff is set. On the technology side, as far as the things we develop, the NFTs and maybe the simple, game that we have that's going to be a play to earn, cryptocurrency, we're not a technology token. We're a token that is focusing on, helping the world, helping these rescues, helping these shelters. And we're actually a dog coin that is actually helping dogs. That's one thing when I started this, I was like, when I started this project, I was like, there's a million different meme coins out there, and none of them are helping animals or doing anything. So that's the big thing for us. Give me 1 second. My buddy just pulled in my driveway. I got to tell him to.
No worries. Do your thing. I just wanted to touch on that too. Is you're 100% right. You see all these tokens coming out with just short utilities, if you want to even call them utilities. There's not much coming out with real use case, real world utilities, and I really love that.
Yeah. So that's the utilities that we have are real world. And the project we have, you have so many of these tokens out there that when the hype dies, they're going to be gone. But we're setting up so many things to where people they're going to enjoy investing in our project because they know what's happening. They know that their money is going to good causes, and we're actually doing good things. Because at the end of the day, these hype trains, they're all just hype trains, and most of them that don't do any they don't do real world utilities and actually continue to progress and make things better. They're just, your project just can't survive that way. And I think us being a BSC project and at, month 7 and up 100% in the last 20 days, that people are noticing what we're doing, even for, Binance to put our price on their site with us even not even asking. So I think the future is massive, looking at us at a 7 million market cap right now.
100%. And I'd have to agree with you there. Is you don't see too many projects going parabolic like you guys did right out of the gate without much of a foundation, and you guys have built a solid foundation. And I see you guys, getting right back up to where you are and pushing to that new all-time high. And
Yeah.
I can see it. You guys, the full transparency is there. You guys very articulated, very well versed in the space itself. And yeah. So sorry about that. My getting back to the questions here. Next one comes from Justin. Is he had a whale question? Do you have any whale measurements into your contract?
Yeah, you can only hold 1%. So yeah, so there is a max wallet. There's a max transaction. So yeah, nobody can dump. Like right now at this second, the most a person could sell is 70,000. That would be 6 million tokens, and our LP right now is like 70,000 wouldn't even do much damage at all. So that's definitely something that we looked into in the beginning.
So, next question here comes from Milo. It's a security question, which I know you guys have implemented quite well with your Certik audit and your double audit there for redundancy. Question is, how does this token plan audit security, and what do you use to ensure investors? Because in this era, literally most stuff will rug or just away. It's really hard to print in this era from the 2x Gs.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's the sad thing about crypto. And it's just so hard to find good stuff out there. I myself kind of stopped really messing around with like newer projects and whatnot. Now, if I still kind of poke my head in, and if I find some that are really have good teams, have audits and whatnot, but the problem is not a lot of them have audits these days. Just Certik for their audit and their KYC and their Skynet, you're looking at 30 grand or more. So, those are how far we've gone with our measures of security. Now, if you're talking of projects rugging or whatnot, our liquidity is locked. We can't touch it. So, that's something that you never have to worry about. And, and our liquidity is very large as well. Like if you, for instance, I saw a token out there the other day that was like, it was like a 200 million market cap and it had like 7,000 BNB in the liquidity. Well, our project is 7 million and we have like, I think, 2,000 or right around there. So, I mean, our market cap to liquidity amount is a very good ratio. Very, very good. You don't find that a lot. So that goes into the security of the project as well. But yeah, our liquidity is never going to be unlocked. Even when it comes time to where it's getting close, it'll be extended. So that's something you'll never have to worry about with this project.
100%. And that's the sad part is a lot of investors these days, they don't realize the price impact sometimes, or they don't notice that the ratio is it's actually not good. They'll see a 4, 5, 600x on a maybe 1,200 MCAP launch project, but their liquidity never gets over $3,000, $4,000, and you can't take that money out. You can't.
Exactly. So, like, I mean, with people could sell large on the amount of liquidity we have. I mean, our liquidity on DEX tools that has our liquidity with tokens is like 1.3 million, I think, and that's secure. You don't see projects with a market cap like us with that much in there. And that's also why, I bring it back to, bringing our Twitter back up real quick. When all these, the last week we've been, most secure by Trust Score. We've been on a few of them, trustworthy meme projects. If you pull up the Certik and you go to memes right here, Zelda Inu is in the top 25 percentile of all memes on the entire Certik. So we're in the 25% of not just BSC, everything. So, I mean, that's huge. We're right next to pretty much Baby Doge. So, they're at 85 out of 100 right now. We're at 84. So we have went every measure possible to just make the security, as good as we can.
100%. Yeah, being in the top 25%, that really speaks volume, being up there with all the competitors that are just immensely out there. So that truly speaks volume. Getting back to the questions here. Next one is from Bianca. Her question is, backers, investors, and partners, also advisors, are very important factors affecting the reputation and success of any project. Who is your most influential partner that you've had so far?
I would say the most influential would have to be either it's close. It's going to be two. It's going to be Wall Street Bets and Bart Baker. Bart is a little crazy. He's a YouTuber, but he's been very amazing to us, and he's had complete diamond hands. He has 40 million worldwide subscribers. So him and Wall Street Bets, they've both just been incredible in their own ways. So yeah, I mean, and then it just comes down to the connections that our team holds and the people that we know. That's been a very strong support that we have as well. And moving forward, I can't agree with that question. That question is amazing. I agree with it so much. That's what I mean, because that is everything. And there's so many of these YouTubers and callers and whatnot these days that just destroy projects. And my main goal is to set up long-term partnerships where the people are holding and we are working together and we have long-term agreements. We don't care to go and pay this person to, make me a video tomorrow that everybody knows I just paid you $5,000 and then you never talk about me on your channel again. That's something we're not, we don't want any part in that. In the first couple of weeks, we tested out with certain things like that, and they just, people are tired of taking recommendations from callers and this and that, and that's that's what I think. We've stuck with the smaller, more just trustworthy groups, and I think continuing to do that over time and sticking with the loyal people is where this project is just gonna go to the moon.
I couldn't. I have to 100% agree with you, brother. It's horrible in the Telegram community right now, trying to get an AMA with some communities at 80,000, 100,000, mostly botted places. 10, 13, 14 BNB per AMA, and their return on investment on that is so minimal because as soon as you're done, they forget about you. There's no repeat business. But yeah, I can agree 100%. Next question comes from Nathan Globe. Staking question. Is there a staking period, or can the stakers unstake at will? And is there any fee to that?
Yeah, at will. You can put them in, take them out whenever you want. And that's the awesome thing. And the APY that we're offering, you don't really find that to where you can just get in and out and you're getting a 25% APY. That's so we just wanted to make it a lot of people are they ask me, they're are there some strings attached or something that seems kind of too good? And I'm like, nope, that's just how we've made it. I don't know how long we'll be able to keep the staking going on forever because, like I said, we're 600 million tokens. We've burned pretty much 100 million. We have an auto burn going on now. And the pretty much the staking comes from pretty much our marketing wallet and our team wallet. We're the ones that are pretty much putting those tokens out there so our holders can get more.
It's super hyper deflationary. I like that.
Definitely. And that's what it says on our site. We're hyper deflationary, but not everybody can afford to get more tokens. So, if you can't, you stake them and you're going to get more tokens. So that's, that's a way that we want the loyal people to have, we want our loyal people to have more tokens. And, that's what a project needs, loyal diamond hand people that see the future.
100%. What's your current TDL currently right now?
Current TDL?
Your total staking.
Mike, the staking is over on L Bank only, so it's not on the platform, so there isn't really. I'm not quite sure. So total lost value, Vince. Does L Bank tell you that?
Do they tell us what the amount, the value that we've given out so far?
No, the staking. So usually when you lock in, pretty much just how many tokens are being locked up and what does that equate to USD? That's pretty much what it is.
Oh, I don't know. I would have to ask them on the exchange. But they're not even, I wouldn't even say they're really locked because, at any point they can be taken out. So that's, I've been stuck in a few bad locking staking situations in the last year or two where, I had money that went up to the absolute insane moon, and then, 4 days before staking is unlocked, the chart just dumps by the developers. And I was like, I'm not going to have staking that locks for a month. And then you have a whole community that knows tons of people are about to get tokens and they just dump, I didn't care to do that. So yeah, it's a come and go whenever you want staking.
I like that. Yeah, makes it nice and simple. There's no fear of getting stuck somewhere while the chart is moving while you're still stuck.
Yep.
All right. Next questions come from, I hope I say this right. I'm sorry. Putri. Question is, will any of the volume fees or payments with an NFT marketplace go back to the community? And is there any fees for using the platforms?
Now any fees for using like exchanges? So with the NFTs, the fees and whatnot, they're going to be going back into pretty much the NFT holders. For us to offer pet insurance to 100 people that are holding NFTs, you could only think that if we had 100 people that had problems in a year, we'd be in some pretty big, it would cost a lot. So that's an area that any fees or whatnot, they're going to kind of stick within those NFTs. If you come and start to join our Telegram and our community, and see, how much we put back into the project as far as, supporting the project, buybacks, things like that. We do a ton of stuff like that, and we do a ton of giveaways all the time. So we put a lot back into our community, and we give a lot back to our holders. If that answers that question for you.
Sure. The same person question was with your NFTs. Will it be multi-chain eventually, and or also your token?
The NFTs, they're probably going to be on Ethereum because these days, most of the serious projects, are on Ethereum. So that's pretty much what we're looking at right there. We are starting to work on a bridge at the moment, but we are going to be taking our time. We were trying to rush it a little bit, and with so much of the hacking and security stuff going on, we're going to really make sure all that stuff is as perfect as it can possibly be. So we would love to dabble around in other stuff, and we are, but we're going to take our time and make sure it's done, in a safe manner.
And I can see you're very transparent about that. I love it. Next question comes from Savani. She saw that Zelda Inu has a monthly lottery. How do we enter this money lottery? And do we have to hold Zelda tokens to enter? And if so, is there a minimum?
We don't have a monthly lottery right now. There are a lot of scam groups out there that do say we do. So you have to be very careful. There's a ton of groups on Telegram saying we have lotteries, giveaways. We don't have a monthly lottery giveaway right now, but I can tell you that if you're in our Telegram and you're in our voice chats, I give away a lot of stuff. And the guys in here, the guys in here can contest to that. But yeah, we give away a lot of stuff, probably more than a monthly lottery. But yeah, in the future, we can definitely do some more things like that. But yeah, I don't know where they saw that, but I don't think it was us.
That's, right when you said that there, it's 100% true. Once they see scammers out there, a good project doing their thing, you'll see 2, 3, 4 telegrams pop up and just start flooding all the users in that space of "come by me, I got this going on," and it's truly sad. So it's best to do your vetting as much as possible before you actually hit that button.
We have. I mean, there is tons of Zelda Inus. There's even more than this. They go forever and ever and ever, and they will. I mean, it wouldn't be surprised me if they're in here and then they start trying to add people.
100%. We'll take a couple more questions here. Text before we kick it back to see listed. Next one comes from. Let's see, we already answered that one. Already answered that one. Very thorough. Already answered that one. All right. Next one comes from Yukai. Your roadmap specifies sex listings as a goal, which is perfectly suited for such a project. The question is, what next tier sex will you be going on, and how will you secure the funds for that listing?
The funds aren't necessarily the issue. More the issue is having a good price that we think is fair and doing it in the right time. I'd say the listing that we're speaking with the most right now is Gate.io. But I think possibly in the future we can maybe, who knows, in the future, if we grow enough, we could possibly be on Binance. I know a lot of projects' price is not on there. I can't really give a great answer of why they put our price on there. But I can tell you that Gate.io, the people we were talking with are huge animal lovers. And, I've been talking with them for a long time. So, I would personally think the next one we would go on would either be Gate.io or MEXC. If I had to take a guess, I think it would be one of those.
Okay, perfect. Next question is from Canner. Is how transparently will you share those donations that go to the dog rescue programs? And if I, Canner, have a rescue program adaptable for dogs, may I apply and collaborate with you? I guess that's more of a general question.
Yeah, so every time we do these donations, if you see the videos, I mean, we hand money right to these people. We hand them cash, and their faces are just like frozen. They if possible, before we end, I'd like to show our short video. It's like 45 seconds. It's kind of all of the donations in one, and I think people will enjoy seeing that. And then, the second question is tough, because when people start seeing you give it out, money like this to rescues, to donations, you start getting messages from everybody. I mean, we've had people that tried to set up fake, telling us that their dogs had medical issues. And then we said, well, give us the vet, give us the number, give us this. And they literally tried giving us fake info. So the thing is, for us, when we do these donations, we want to really be there. Or, if it's somebody in the Philippines and we can't be there, then we're going to make it as transparent as we can. And you're going to see us on their Instagram and know that we are collaborating. But if it's somebody, we really want to be there, and to actually, we don't do these videos like to be out there. And as you can see, some of our team members don't even want to be in the videos. We don't do this to check out this. We do this so our community sees us giving, they see what we're doing, because just crypto has no trust these days. And even though we're good people, nobody's just going to believe it because you say it. So the way we do these donations, we have to do these videos, and we have to let the community see what we're doing. So, in the future, the larger we get, the more people we will help. And if there are shelters out there, we're definitely open to talking. But yeah, those are kind of the parameters we stick by.
Very safe in doing so. As I can imagine, like you said, you must have got indicted with help me, and then ended up being some sort of scam project or something like that, or nothing at all.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy, really crazy.
Last question I'll take here from the community, and if I missed any, which I'm sure I did, please join over to Zelda Inu's Telegram after our AMA session here. Ask Rob, ask Vince, ask anyone from the team any of the questions that you'd like to get answered here, and I'm sure they'll be happy to answer for you. So last question here is from Blake, is a tokenomics question, is also the majority of the rewards projects are coded into the contract for it to sell the tokens automatically and distribute as rewards. Now I know you mentioned BUSD. Is this still sell on the chart to get your BSD?
Yeah, it will sell to get the BUSD. It won't sell for the liquidity, and then obviously it won't sell for the auto burn. But I have the swap setting set so low that the sells there, you really don't even notice them, to be quite honest. And that goes into the fine tuning of the contract and everything.
Perfect. Last question from the same person here before I kick it back to Seattle is the P2E sounds good. What will be the requirement to play, and how much passively income can someone make in a day?
So the way we're going to do that game, it's not going to be like your typical play to earn. This is more just kind of something we're giving back to our holders in our community to have fun. And we'll kind of more do like a weekly payout to the top 10. So, maybe give out $1,000 a week or something like that in Zelda. So it's more going to be on the fun side, but definitely when we get all the tweaks out of the app, we can definitely do some other things as well. But yeah, it's free. You can log in, you can make an account, and then eventually we'll have everybody I wanted everybody to put their address right in their account name, or we can just announce the winners right on Telegram or whatnot, and then get everybody paid out.
I think that's very smart, personally, to do it that way. Doing a top 10 winner payout this way instead of to every single holder, with your already being a super hyper deflationary token on top of that, with your auto burning, it's just going to disappear. So it's very smart to play it that way.
Yeah, people really you really have to understand the amount of tokens we have and how fast they are burning and going away is just like the tokens that people hold for this project are going to gain so much value so fast. It's going to be crazy. And, if one day, if we have to shut off if we have to shut off the auto burn, if it comes to that, maybe we will, but, we're definitely going to be burning a lot of tokens very fast.
And yeah, you're at a couple hundred a day already, as you said earlier, which is quite massive, even on low volume. Even with decent volume, that's still pretty massive on a daily burn.
Yeah, we're burning like 15,000 tokens a day, right around there, and it's a good amount.
It's absolutely, especially with the short supply of what did you say, 600 million?
600 million, and already about 100 million is burned.
Love it. Well, Vince, Rob, those are all the questions that we got for now from the community. I'm going to kick it back to Seattle. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Vince. Vince, amazing answers. I really like you guys, your team. You guys come across very transparent, very honest, and I love the mission that you guys are doing. That's something that I can definitely get behind as well. I love dogs, and for you guys to go, your core mission is to save dogs and animals in general and all over the world. That's amazing to see. But unlike other projects that I've seen that come to us, right? You've been funding out of your own pocket, man. That's crazy. That's something that we do not see in the space at all. So for you to do that out of your pocket, I think that speaks volume. So with that said, Vince, I really appreciate you coming in here, USA Crypto Group. If you don't have a last word for us, what Mike's going to do? Yeah, go ahead.
We have this little kind of like video that has all of our donations in one. If you want, I can play it real quick, and it's about 40.
Yes, please.
It's like 40 seconds, so you can get a good idea.
Had a website full of amazing content, but it wasn't able to monetize because I wasn't getting enough traffic. But I was.
We're just going to give you 6,000.
We're going to do it for 10,000.
11,000. To help out with surgery.
have to have hope. We have to. We're their hope. If we give up on them, they're dead. And this dog does not deserve to die. That dog, they don't. They're good dogs. They're loving. They're second chance. And everybody deserves a second chance.
Vince, I absolutely love it. But I got a question for Rob. What happened to the hair, brother?
I had to chop it off, man. I had to be trying to be a little bit more camera ready. I think the shorter hair will look better on the videos.
Absolutely. No, that was really good video. I appreciate that, guys. Really good.
And I urge everybody, go watch the full versions of them. You will love them. And I mean, they are very, very heartfelt and they're awesome videos.
Amazing video, Vince. Amazing video, Rob. I mean, it's great to see, you guys doing great work out there, man. Rescuing dogs out there, animals in general. That's amazing to see. And I look forward to see some of the pictures from your latest partnership over in the Philippines. They do great work over there as well.
After this AMA, I'm actually gonna get on a meeting with Malou and continue to work on this Friday night at 9:30. This is how we work for this project, man.
Yeah, Malou, she actually she had a lot of celebrities that endorse her as well. Big celebrities in their country. Some celebrities I do not know of, but if you checked out their social media, millions of followers, which is amazing. And it's not because I think she's not a celebrity status, but I think it's the work that she's been doing as far as rescuing animals over there.
I mean, almost 400 dogs. That is just like phenomenal. I mean, we saw some large rescues, but 400 dogs. Watching her videos, I was just kind of like in shock. Like, how does this lady do this? Like, special person.
Tiny little lady, but she's really love what she does. And I can sense the same thing with you guys. You guys love what you guys do. And I love the transparency, like I said, and you guys have put together an amazing team. But not only that, but you guys seem to be all friends in the same state, so that, that's easy to work with. You can communicate very efficiently. So that's good to see. Awesome, Vince. Thank you again. Now, if there isn't anything else, Mike's going to come on and he's going to do a little prize giveaway for the listener. But also, Vince, what we'd like to do is we'd like to raise awareness to your Telegram room by dropping the link, of your Telegram room and have our members go over there and say, great AMA at USA Crypto Group. Is that something that you want us to do?
Yeah, go ahead and let's do it.
Perfect.
All right, guys. That was absolutely an amazing AMA tonight. I really enjoyed this one. Honestly, I hope to see you guys back soon with some really good updates. I talk to you guys very well again.
Definitely. Yeah,
100%.
I'm glad that we're gonna have we have the whole video recorded, correct?
Yes, we do. Yeah, and as soon as this is over, I'll send you guys a copy, upload it to our YouTube as well, and give you that copy as well.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well,
everybody come over to our Telegram. Meet the family, meet the team, and you guys will see how much of an amazing community we have. And this is just the beginning. So get ready for some awesome things.
100%. And I'd like to urge the community, any questions that wasn't asked tonight, make sure you do go over there and ask anything you'd like answered for you. Very well articulated tonight, so I'm sure you get your answer, no problem. I see Johnny in the main group right here, main chat, saying join over to Zelda Inu and say great AMA at USA Crypto Group. That's going to be one way to win $25 tonight, as my daughter, to keep it transparent, will come over there and randomly pick one of you. We have one for the wheel. We have 209 total participants in and out tonight for $25. As well as I will pick the one best question for the night. Without further ado, let's grab our wheel winner. Capricorn girl, congratulations. Won yourself $25. That's it for the wheel, guys. I will pick the best question, like I said, as well as probably about 10 minutes. Give me about 10 minutes. That way it gives everybody a solid chance, 15 minutes, to join over to Zelda Inu and try to win that other $25. But that's it for me, guys. Vince, Rob.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was absolutely an amazing night.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you guys. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, we'll see you guys over at our Telegram, and yeah, we'll have some giveaways here over the weekend for sure.
Awesome. Thanks again, Vince, and thanks again, Rob. And thanks for everyone who attended the AMA today. Really appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Yes, thanks.
Take care, guys.